Good morning. I saw a quote earlier, YouTube comment I really liked. Um, the video was dealing with a person having to, going through a divorce, about to go through a divorce. And somebody put in the comments, they said, I told my wife pre-marriage, I'll fight the world for you, but I won't fight you to be with you. And I really like that quote. So I took it and I kind of remixed it, because I'm not married. um, and I said, fight the world for the people that you love. Just don't fight them for their love. And I took it as like, look, we have to deal with enough in this world when it comes to opposition, um, doubt, and self worth. All of those things. And we're not even gonna go into the let's start simple with the friendship aspect of things. When you have a true friend through thick and thin that holds you accountable, is upfront with you. I'm not talking about yes men and women. I'm not talking about those that just hang around during the good times. I'm talking about those people that saw you at your lowest, those people that pray for you, those people that know your family, that will sit down and tell you the hard truths. Those are friends. Those people that y'all get into an argument, you may not talk for a couple weeks, but at the end of the day, hey, what's up? Come on, let's go get some lunch. Let's catch up, or just at the very least check up on you. Those are friends. You should always go to bat for people like that. Like that's your people. They'll have your back. You have their back, you know? I don't think it's healthy per se though to be around people that clearly don't hold you in the same regard. So that's what I mean. Like, when you're being a good friend, when you're being a good person to another individual, you're treating them as you would like to be treated. To me, it does not make sense to fight to be around individuals that just don't hold you in the same regard. So when I say, you could fight the world for those that you love, just don't fight them for their love. That's what I mean. You know, I'm not talking about situations where you're not doing what you're supposed to do and now they're fed up with you and they're trying to pull away and you're like, "Oh no, no, we got to stick through this," knowing full well you're not holding up your end of the bargain and being a true friend. I hate that. I see that all the time. You're not being a good friend. So when a person decides that, this relationship is not conducive to me growing, being a better individual, etc., etc., now you want to pull the friendship card when you haven't been being a good friend the entire time. And the same thing goes for relationships, in my eyes. It's all opinions. And the same thing goes with relationships. You being a jacked up boyfriend, you being a jacked up girlfriend, and the second the person ready to break up with you, you want to, no, no, I'm fighting for us. I'm fighting for us. No, you're fighting to not being alone. That's what you're fighting for. You're fighting to not be alone because you're selfish as hell. That's what I mean when I say like. So when I say something like that, don't misconstrue it and make it seem like I'm throwing bail for people that are just jackasses in general. No, I mean, know your worth, be very clear on who you are, be honest with who you are, and keep yourself accountable. You know if you're being a good friend or not. You know if you're being a good boyfriend or not. You know if you're being a good girlfriend or not. You know if you're being a good husband or not. You know if you're being a good wife or not. Now, when I say good, I am not saying perfect. We need to get out of this concept of somebody's going to be perfect. You're going to have arguments, you're going to have disagreements, you're going to have and I mean, like, I'm not talking like from a moralistic standpoint. I do feel like if morally you are not on the same page, then y'all probably need to, you don't as far as like, faith and family aspect of things, and the duties, what you expect from an individual as a friend, as a husband, as a wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, etc., etc. Those aspects I don't think you should, like, fold on. I just mean, like, you're gonna argue. You had a bad week, you didn't feel like talking, somebody got mad, you didn't pay this bill, and you messed up, you forgot that, you did something stupid, you made a mistake, and this and that. I mean, along those lines, you're not going to be perfect. There's always room for growth in those particular areas. When you're being a good friend, when you're being a good boyfriend, a good girlfriend, good wife, good husband, you're doing the duties that come along, the responsibility that's come along with those things, because people don't like to talk. There's responsibility that's come with being a good friend. There's always, everybody hates that word, responsibilities and accountability and things like that. There are responsibilities and accountability that come when you call somebody a friend. When you are treating somebody the way you want to be treated, you don't backstab them, you don't talk about them, you don't sit there and air out their business. There are just certain rules for engagement when it comes to certain relationships. And as you go up, and husband, wife, obviously that list becomes a little longer, and those are things that you need to discuss with the person that you're dealing with. So when I say that, that's what I mean. When you are, I'm not saying that you're 100%, but when you sit back and you're like, I didn't do this to this person, I didn't do that to this person, I make sure this is handled, or just from the friendship aspect of things, um, we're good. Like, we catch up, we this, we that, I check in, hey, how's everything? We get busy, we're adults, but we keep in contact. If they call me for advice, I give them the best advice. If they call me and they're wrong about something, I tell them what it is. If I got it, I'll help them. If I don't got it, I'll give them the best advice and still give them some type of support. Some of us like to be like, I ain't got it, and that's the end of that. Like, no, I mean, I ain't got it, fam. Like right now, man. If you could hold off, I can break you off a little bit later at the end of the week, or something, or like, damn, is there anything that I can do? Just those simple words alone. Is there anything that I can do? I can't necessarily help you monetarily, brother. I can't. I got to make sure a roof stays over my head. But at the same time, is there anything that I can do? When you do all of those things, and a person is making it seem like you aren't a good friend, or you aren't worthy of their presence, of their friendship, when you're doing what you're supposed to do as a husband, as a wife, and that person is making you feel like you ain't doing enough, but that's when I say you have to be accountable, be upfront, and make sure you do what you're supposed to do. You talk to these people. And marriage is a whole different ball game, so I know there's extra steps that come with that. So marriage counseling and all that type of stuff, and this and that. I'm just saying, when a person is telling you they're done with you, it's over, they're showing you that they clearly don't view you the same way, don't fight them. Don't fight them for their love. Don't beg them. These are the moments where you have to know you got to walk away. And there's nothing wrong with that. Still love them. I got friends I still care about, but we don't speak anymore, so it is what it is. But that comes from, growth and being in a different place in life. Because I've definitely been in places where if I stop talking to you, we got issues when I see you. Like, it is what it is. Or exes or whatever like that. It's not even that type of part. You grow up and you realize it's not even that type of part. People grow apart. People not on the same page. People don't want the same thing. Okay. You've put your best foot forward. You have tried. C'est la vie. Is what it is. But what do I know? God bless. Later.